Killzone backlash, because yesterday they got completely buried after suddenly filling the game with some incredibly overpriced microtransactions. But just now, like literally 5 minutes ago, the director of the game has apologized. He's backtracked. They're making a bunch of stuff free. I want to talk about the controversy and why I feel like this is how games as a service should actually be, where they're listening to feedback, they care about the game being fun, and just in general, I think this is a good move by Helldivers and honestly by Sony. But let's talk. Hi, hope you're having a great day, and if you could please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, keep in mind two things. One, I love Helldivers 2, and two, I really don't like microtransactions. So when this story originally popped up, I was very much on the side of the complainer, saying that this does kind of suck. I didn't buy the microtransactions. I would never buy them because this was ridiculous. People are crying over Arrowhead selling Killzone cosmetics, trying to make money off it. They're getting so much backlash. Meanwhile, they just dropped a completely free massive update with a bunch of new content. The entitlement is crazy. Now, let me be clear. I'm not attacking anybody in this video. We're going to show some tweets and stuff like that, but I feel like people rush to defend companies all the time, whether it is Nintendo or Microsoft or Sony, but stuff like this, I feel like it was the community themselves that was giving backlash. It wasn't just some random hobby tourists. It was the fan base specifically saying, hey, this sucks. It's not that the game sucks. It's not that the update sucks. They just put out a completely new faction that's awesome. All the Illuminated, they're like zombie overlord squid people. I've been playing it a bunch. They're very fun. This update, though, was very strange because it wasn't a battle pass. They have a thing where you can basically get these special unlockables where you get to keep playing the game, leveling up, and getting cool extra cosmetics and stuff. But this was specifically a microtransactions that you had to go to the store to buy. And let me break it down. These were $20. Typically, war bonds, which are the battle passes, are $10. So you spend $10 and you get essentially weeks worth of fun and new guns and new skins and stuff like that. You know, I think I've bought 2 of the 10 war bonds. They're not that super excited for me, but they're definitely cool and they're cheap. This thing, they're selling it piece by piece. These microtransactions, this cost $20 for the outfit, the helmet. That you basically had to buy this in pieces. You buy the cloak, you buy the chest piece, you buy the gun. This was $20. And they said, hey, this is a timed release. You have to buy this in the next 5 days or we're deleting it off the store. And then in 5 days, we're going to release more of them. People were pissed. The subreddit specifically of Helldivers 2 was saying this gun was actually overpowered. I disagree. I've seen my friends using it. I don't think it's that strong. But people were basically saying this is pay to win. This is more than just trying to make it profitable. This is actually making it so that you can play the game better if you're willing to swipe your credit card. Well, I'm surprised to say this. They backtracked. This is the CCO. This is the guy who's the creative director of Helldivers 2. This guy is, honestly, he seems incredibly cool. Pretty proud of the content. I think the team nailed the Killzone weapons, and it's very nostalgic to see the Hellghast eyes on the battlefield. I grabbed the whole thing because I love Killzone, but the price definitely felt steep, especially since this is only half of it. Would have been nice if this remained a war bond like the leak showed. Yeah. $10 price, though, you could get the cosmetics, you get the unlockables, you get the fun of it. Sorry you feel the price was steep. We're looking at all the feedback. The reason we changed it from a war bond was actually because there were concerns about having a higher priced war bond. So they're basically saying this was always going to be $20. Our plan was for it to be $20 from the very start. We didn't want to have a double priced war bond, though, right? Well, look at this. They backtracked. They just said, in the spirit of the holidays and based on your feedback, we've decided to give away the next half of Killzone, Helldivers 2 collab away for free. Happy holidays from Arrowhead, which is their company. And a lot of people are kind of saying, we would have paid for it. I'm totally fine. We just wanted it to be slightly cheaper. You didn't have to do that. People are just overreacting. Again, why? Maybe I'm just a super cheap ass here, but the amount of people that are defending expensive microtransactions is extremely weird. I will say this. I just logged in. I just got the new cosmetics. They look great. They're instantly unlocked. I feel like the reason this is, I'm glad they fixed this, is because honestly, I think I'm getting annoyed at all these games as a service projects that purely feel focused on the microtransactions. They completely exist for shell holders and engagement metrics and stuff like that, instead of just making the game fun, right? I mean, I feel like that's part of why Marvel Rivals 2 is completely taken over. Marvel Rivals, essentially, Marvel just made their own version of Overwatch, where you can play as Squirrel Girl with an extra thick ass, or Spider-Man, and all sorts of people, right? People are completely in love with that game because it's Overwatch, but without the constant crazy microtransactions. There's still microtransactions in the game, but they feel less predatory. It's more focused on fun over profit, right? I think this shows the fact that this dude clearly cares. He clearly is actually engaged and connected to the community. He wants to make stuff where people are keep making memes and fan soundtracks and are actually excited about what comes next. I think, as a person that's played quite a few games as a service stuff, I've been playing a bunch of Path of Exile 2, I've been addicted to Diablo and everything like that, I feel like the most important part of these games is keeping you excited, making it so that you want to see the next patch, the next update, that next big thing, and that requires not feeling like, oh, I just gotta get out my wallet, oh, it's time for the fun to happen, you know? I think this is a sign that honestly Killzone and, I mean, honestly, it'd be cool if Killzone came back. I think this is a cool collab because it shows the fact that, honestly, Sony understands not to just crush the fan base that Helldivers 2 has built up. This now already recently, it's back up to hundreds of thousands of concurrent players. The game is absolutely exploding again, which is so cool. This rocks. I want to end with this. Don't defend bad microtransactions. The main thing people are saying that I don't even fully disagree with is that this is a small team. This is an important part of PlayStation. Arrowhead is working